The Philadelphia Eagles just wrapped up their second preseason game of the 2025 season, going up against the Cleveland Browns. And it wasn't a great game. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy TK the Official, and welcome back to another episode of TK Sports Talk, where we talk about the NFL, but more importantly, we talk about the Philadelphia Eagles, man. The final score of the Eagles game, I believe, was 22-13. Not a great showing from the Philadelphia Eagles, as they were only able to amass one offensive touchdown. Did see some great things from the defensive side of the ball. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself. There were a couple players that I think all of us were interested in seeing, right? A couple key battles. All right, we're definitely interested in seeing what's happening at the cornerback position. We were definitely interested in seeing what's happening at the safety position. And we saw some good things from them two spots. Right, and so some things to look forward to as the Philadelphia Eagles try to figure out who's going to be their cornerback 2 and who's going to be their starting safety next to next to Reed Blankenship, right? So let's just get into the game. Some of the things that I was interested in seeing before we got into the Philadelphia Eagles game against the Cleveland Browns was just how much were any starters going to play, right? And no starters played on the offensive side of the ball, and no starters played on the defensive side of the ball. Currently, no starters playing. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles are in search of their starting cornerback 2, and we saw Keely Ringo, we saw Eli Ricks, we saw Adoree Jackson, and then finally we saw Jacorian Bennett step up today, right? I thought at first, when the first couple plays I saw him, it just looked like he didn't have quiet feet, trying to get into, understanding the scheme and, adjusting to it being on a new team. The pressures is different. But I thought he settled down, and then I thought he was able to actually start making some plays. I thought he had tight coverage on a couple wide receivers, and I thought that he showed great route recognition and was able to undercut a route and break up a pass exactly the way that we would like to see it done, right? And so I thought that was the first time I seen a cornerback break up a pass this preseason, right? So what we've seen of Jacorian Bennett in Oakland, what we've known from him, the numbers that are out there for him, I think they are starting to come, and I think that he just needs to just steady himself, right? This guy's just coming over from Oakland. He's with a new team. He's on a Super Bowl winning team, right? There's a lot of pressure on this guy to come out here and perform. And I think once he settles down, he's going to be an absolute great player for us. Have to figure out where our depth is at the cornerback position. Johnson was picked on quite a bit playing in the slot today, but he looks like the nickel slot behind Cooper DeJean. Mac McWilliams struggled a little bit today, but then I thought in the second half of the game, I thought I saw some good plays from Mac McWilliams. Now, maybe that's because they were playing some lesser competition, or maybe it's because he just settled in and settled down, right? But I saw some good plays from him. Possibly, could he play in the slot? He played in the nickel cornerback position, played both outside and the nickel position. We'll find out. But if Jacorian Bennett can keep taking strides, it will really go a long way in helping solidify the back end of this defense. Andrew mkuba was able to play today. Did get a start today, and he made a play. I thought there was one play where he had some soft coverage on, and it was his first time starting and just understanding the flow of the game and the caliber of wide receivers and tight ends that he'd be going against. And then I thought that I started to see his coverage be a little bit more stickier. And then we saw on that one interception, he was on his man the entire way, was able to fight over top and undercut the ball, and was able to take it back for a 70-something yard pick six, right? So you want to see guys being able to have that recognition, guys being able to get on their man, to be in their hip pocket, and be able to make plays on the football. And we saw Andrew mkuba his entire time at Texas. We saw him being able to do that, right? So great positive signs. Another positive game from Jahad Campbell. He was able to get in there on a blitz and record a sack. Almost didn't get the sack. Just got to learn how to get in there, break down a little bit, play a little bit more under control. But again, like these guys, this guy's in the league. He's living out his dream, right? His second game at home, right? A lot of things going. And I think Jahad Campbell is a guy. He's got the green dot. I think he's thinking a lot. And once the game starts slowing down for Jahad Campbell, his game will start speeding up, and it'll be even more prevalent, his force out there. Offensively, I didn't think, and I knew we weren't going to see Tanner McKee, and we did not see Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee's value was too great, not only to this football team, but to all the other 31 football teams in the National Football League. Should anything happen to their quarterback, should they feel like they're in a race to win a division, a race to win a conference title, or to even make it to the Super Bowl, and they're a quarterback away, right? Having Tanner McKee McKee as a tradable piece. Now, will the Philadelphia Eagles trade Tanner McKee? Based off of what I've seen from McLeod and DTR today, I think you have to keep Tanner McKee on this roster, right? Now, God forbid something happened to Jalen Hurts, knock on wood. That we who knows what we would be if we didn't have Tanner McKee on this roster, right? So for right now, we would have to keep him unless the team just gave us an offer that we just could not refuse, right? That we just couldn't refuse, and then at that time, maybe we can get a veteran to come in or make another move at quarterback. Maybe the preseason is still going on. Howie's always making moves. It's possible that he might just make a move and bring another quarterback in here if we're not liking what we're seeing from McLeod or DTR, right? Brent Toth. I thought Brent Toth would play today. I just wasn't sure how much he would play, right? Brent Toth, not only did he play today, he played at guard, and he also played in that center, right? And the Philadelphia Eagles wanted to get Drew Kendall over to play some guard because really if you're a backup center, like you can't just be a backup center. You got to be a backup center / guard, right? We need you to be able to come in, right? If someone gets hurt, if you need a guard, and maybe our center is fine. Like we need to have multiple capabilities, and I thought that the Philadelphia Eagles capitalized on that and was able to switch those two players up and get them both looks at their respective opposite positions, which I thought was a great thing. Overall, the offense. Though the offensive line kind of struggled a little bit. One other player that I want to say, one other player that I do want to highlight is Azeez Ojulari, right, on the defensive side of the ball. Was hearing a lot of good things coming from him out of training camp, hearing a lot of players talk about how Azeez was coming along, right? Definitely hearing from Jalen's Hunt, and it was really good to see. I saw Azeez crashing down on some run plays, and I saw him setting some good edges out there, and then I was able to see him get an absolute pass rush on a third down where he was able to long arm a guy, right? He was able to pull him and rip through, right, and was able to finish off with a sack. That was a big-time move, right? And the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be in situations like that this year, right? When you get the starting defense out here, Vic Fangio, who are out here scheming up these offenses, right, and you got our offense out there putting up points and controlling the clock and putting more pressure on the offense to try to go ahead and get chunk plays, right? We're going to have plenty of opportunities for these guys to get out there and pass rush, right? And we want to see outside of Nolan Smith and outside of Jalen's Hunt, we want to see what Azeez Ojulari and what Josh Uche have, right? Didn't see a whole lot from Josh Uche today, but like I said, Azeez Ojulari did step up. I like what I saw from Ogbu Akwanu. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I like what I saw from him. He was able to get active, and Patrick Johnson continues to be able to make plays again, but they're just always against the third team guys, right? Like I would like to see him make these same kind of plays against the first team guys. He does get opportunities against the first team, but he doesn't quite make the same plays, right? So as much as some people might want to put up a hand for Patrick Johnson, I just he's just a practice squad player for the Philadelphia Eagles, unfortunately, right? Hopefully, if someone gets hurt, we're able to call him up. But I did like what I saw from Azeez Ojulari. I did like what I saw from Ogbu Ekwonu. Want to see a little bit more from Josh Uche, right? I'm hearing really good things about Josh Uche. We just need to see it, right? And perhaps it could be the left side of the line, right side of the line. Who knows? Could be a matchup. I'm not quite sure, right? Sometimes these players are getting pressure. Sometimes these players are helping other players to get sacks. So that's just sometimes sacks. Sometimes these stats go unnoticed, right? So it's hard to say how well Uche is playing based off of not seeing the statistical numbers, but from what I'm hearing, he's still playing very well. Like what I saw from Ty Robinson today, he's steadily improving and getting better, just understanding where he is on the field. I like his technique. Clint Hurtt is doing an excellent job with that entire defensive line, and he's definitely doing a good job with Patrick Robinson. So I think what did we gain? What did we learn from this Eagles game against the Cleveland Browns? Well, the third offensive line is not very good just yet, right? They need another year going through Stoutland University, right? Don't know what we got from Kyle McCord, and not sure if DTR is a viable backup quarterback for us, right? So we know we got Jalen, and we know we got Tanner McKee, right? Offensively, at the wide receiver position, love what I'm seeing from Aniyah Smith. I mean, Aniyah Smith is just showing the ability to one-on-one be able to get open time and time and time again. Whether he's playing on the outside, whether he's playing on the inside, doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. He's making his targets. He's giving a big target to his quarterback and giving him plenty of separation for them to be able to throw the football in there, man. So you got Anaya Smith, you got Cooper, and see Cooper, Anaya Smith, Johnny Wilson, right? And then those three guys right there, right? You know, those three. And then you got Jahan, AJ, and Smitty, right? 6 wide receivers, right? I think the Philadelphia Eagles have to keep the 6 wide receivers. I don't necessarily know that you can keep Johnny Wilson on the practice squad, right? Because now he's shown the ability that he can catch the ball. He's got good body control. He can go up and high point the ball, right? He's an interesting prospect, right? You definitely can't put Darius Cooper on the practice squad, and you can't have Anaya Smith on the practice squad. So these are 3 players that have to be on your team, and that's going to leave out guys like Terrence Marshall. That's going to leave out guys like what's my man's name, number 83? Damn, name right on the tip of my tongue. But that's going to put some of those guys on the outside looking in. But we know where we're at with this Eagles offense, right? Running back, Corey Dillon got to start today. They didn't play him too much. They got Johnson a lot of carries, and he looks really good, man. If we didn't have Corey Dillon and Will Shipley, he possibly would be a candidate to make this team. But there's no way Philadelphia Eagles are carrying 4 running backs this year, not with all the talent that they have on this team. That's really going to be the issue for Howie Roseman, right? How do we manage the roster? We got a lot of talent on the roster. We want to keep this talent. How do we manage the practice squad, call guys up, put guys down? Like, how do we keep the most amount of talent on this football team? It's going to be a lot of tough decisions made coming up, right? But we saw what we needed to see from the Philadelphia Eagles on defense. We saw Jacorian Bennett get in there and make some plays, right? He's only going to get more comfortable in this defense, all right? And Vic Fangio is going to be able to scheme them up and be able to make them even more comfortable and put them in even better positions to be able to make plays and utilize their natural abilities. Linebacker play continues to be stellar. I like what I saw from Smile Munden today. He looked a lot more comfortable out there. He popped up on the film, made some aggressive tackles, had good coverage, right? I like what I saw from him. Jeremiah Trotter still solid. Jahad Campbell still learning how to play this game, right, and just slow things down, right? And he's going to be an absolute beast, right? Especially when we're able to get him out there with the ones. We're able to get him out there with Nakobe Dean and Zach Bond and get him behind Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Moro Jomu, right? These guys are going to keep him clean. He's going to be able to get in there and make those tackles and do what he needs to do. You know, I love what I'm seeing from our young guys. Mkuba, that's going to be able to contribute. Love what I'm seeing from Ty Robinson, as I said. Didn't see a whole lot of Sidney Brown playing today. I did see him in the game, but it just not a lot of plays that was made by Sidney Brown today. McCullum was in the game. McCullum made some plays today. Did come up, had some aggressive tackles, made some plays, but he's just a steady backup safety. He's not a guy that's going to come in and be a difference maker for you, right, at that position. So we're looking for a difference maker. And right now, Mkuba is showing the coverage ability, right, and that's what we need to see, right. Sidney Brown is still playing aggressively. He did come up, had one tackle where he came up, but he almost missed that tackle, right. So he's just got to learn how to be able to come up, break down, and just make a good tackle and not try to go for the kill shot still, right? That's just a part of his game. It's the part of who he is. He can't even help it, right? But, yeah, I thought Kevin Patullo, the Eagles were pretty vanilla today, right? So I did think that I did like the play calls that he had in the red zone when the Eagles did have an opportunity to score, but just not much from the offensive side of the football today, especially from the backups, and I don't think that we really expected too much more. Other than what we saw, man. So that was the Eagles and the Browns today. All right, what we saw. Hopefully, Jacorian Bennett will continue to take strides and get that number 2 position. Andrew Mkuba had a great day today. We're interested to see just what the safety lineups are looking like in practice this week, right? And love what I'm seeing from Gabe Hall. Love what I'm seeing from Ty Robinson. Love what we saw from Azeez Ojulari today. And just would like to see some more from Josh Uche, right? So the Philadelphia Eagles take a loss to the Cleveland Browns, but who cares? It's the preseason. This is your boy TK the Official, man. Another episode of TK Sports Talk. Like, comment, and subscribe below. Let me know how I go. It's your boy, man. Go Birds. I'm out.